Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while we did something creative, and this is the perfect time to get started. I think we've had enough of creation of things using creating things with ChatGPT. We might be overdosing on doing a lot of creation using ChatGPT. We are tired of creating those posts. We're tired of generating those images. We're trying to learn new things, do a lot of content creation, generation, etc., etc., etc. But how about doing something which can actually help you save a lot of time when it comes to accessing things with specific? I mean, when it comes to building custom GPTs for your daily marketing. I record a video like this, and then you only see this. But what I go through after this is I just need to sit and edit. I need to document. I need to draft it. I need to transcribe it. I need to make a thumbnail, post it on LinkedIn, cut and chop it into pieces, and then make shorts out of it. There's a lot of work. But some of the chores can be really, really boring, which is I need to go ahead and write a LinkedIn post about this and add tags which are specific. I need to look for the tags. I need to write a YouTube title, YouTube description. I need to write YouTube tags. I get an initial idea from ChatGPT while I don't actually use exactly whatever it gives me. But I think it's still a lot of work if you understand what I mean, right? So I figured that we will be looking at eliminating this hassle from today, and we are going to look at how do you automate this in a way where you don't have to do it every time, and you just get or you just get everything in one command, which can make it literally easy for you, right? So that's exactly where we are today, and this is where we would be working on. This would be our canvas for the day, and we would be going ahead and building a custom GPT for us, build ourselves a custom GPT that can eliminate these things, right? So first things first, what you need to do is you need to go to explore GPTs, and then you're going to say create. I hope you see it. Okay, this is what you see when you create it. You can go ahead and add something here to identify this if you want. So this is the create part of it. So this is the configure part of it. I'm just going to say daily, or let's say titles and content for all platforms, right? I'm just going to call it one click content. You can do whatever you want. Okay, description with the input being the topic of the video. This GPT will go ahead and make all customized templates for all socials, right? Okay, now this is the description that you give here is not that important. This is only for your understanding, but what you go ahead and put in here, I think makes a lot of difference, and this is what will decide what the GPT is going to perform, right? So basically you need to prime your prompt in such a way that it exactly gets you what you want to do. So in the keeping in mind that limited time that we have, we are not going to look at such a perfect prompt, but I'll still try my best. Okay, start with asking the user, what is your video about, right? Once you get the input, understand, you are going to make customized content pieces for all social platforms, namely you're going to do a YouTube, LinkedIn, and let's also say Instagram posts, right? Okay. For YouTube, we would need a non cliched, jargon free title that has a possibly highest click through rate for the root keyword, right? So just to make sure that we don't confuse the system, and also ask the user for the root keyword. Root keyword is the main concept of the main topic of the video that you're talking about, right? Okay, now to the root keyword. Okay, now give me 5 titles which Leverage all the possible information you may have about optimizing YouTube descriptions and act like a YouTube SEO genius, right? Label the headline outputs as suggested headlines. Okay, that's about it. And what we're going to do next is description need an SEO optimized description without sounding like a machine, incorporating my style and voice in the most efficient way to secure high rankings for the video and to rank it better. Give me three descriptions, description ideas to make sure we are trying to secure as many views as possible. Okay. Then we are going to say tags, right? Tags leverage the root keyword, work at getting absolutely viral tags for the root keyword. Make sure you don't use the hashtag symbol, separate by commas. Make sure you max the tags to a limit of 500 characters. Do not exceed it. Output this as tags. That's about it, right? So now I've written prompt in such a way that I get five titles and three descriptions and probably tags which are about 500 characters, because YouTube limits the number of characters to 500 on YouTube hashtags that you can use for ranking. So I've well maintained that. Now the bigger problem is this, right? Not a bigger problem. The challenge and things where you take a lot of time possibly is this. Use DALI to create a witty representation of the description that ties the ranking factors of YouTube and also the aesthetics that are perfect, and do not lose sight of the context of the video, because that is really, really important. Okay. The thumbnail is also done. Now, for LinkedIn, I need a hook that is scroll stopping in the first two lines. Hook the user in the first line. Do not be dramatic. Do not make it obvious that it is written by a machine. Get creative. I find it very funny when you ask a machine not to sound like a machine, because it's weird, right? Okay, get creative. And what else? Make a LinkedIn post. Explain the video in a very creative way based on the description. Try and gain. Maintain a casual tone. make it sound like a story to grip the audience, right? Did we say make a post, make a LinkedIn post, make a LinkedIn image, we can say. Okay. Okay. Now, for Instagram, make sure you generate 1080 size images from three different angles and three hooks to make sure we engage the audience better. Write extremely creative captions with 30 hashtags that have the possibility to go viral around the root keyword, right? Do not repeat, stay unique. That's about it, right? Now I get a YouTube post, I get a YouTube written description, I get a YouTube what do you say, hook. I also get an Instagram caption, Instagram images, which are three, all from one input, which is the topic of the video and the root keyword, right? All right, let's get to work. I've kept it very simple. I didn't want to complicate things very much, so I just retained a very casual tone, and then you can choose whatever you want. And this is where it gets interesting, right? What is the topic of the video and your root keyword, please? Okay, or topic of the video and your root keyword, please. All right. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If you ever stumble upon a document which talks about best practices to rank high on YouTube, best practices to rank high and for LinkedIn marketing and for Instagram marketing, you can download that or you can make that into a PDF and you can upload them into the knowledge section here, because ChatGPT will leverage that and then it will start optimizing it accordingly so that it sticks to the instructions to make it even better for you. And then you can choose whatever you want. You needed image generation like thumbnail, so you have to say DALI code interpreter if it has any code. Now, this is most of the cases for simple chat GPT, custom GPTs like these. You don't need to do this, but if you really want to do something on these lines, you can still go ahead and do it. You can authenticate any custom GPT in three ways. One is for things that you don't need a password, things where you need an API key, and things where you need like an OAuth, right? So let me tell you what each of these things mean. If you're talking about none, which means you do not need an API or a password in this case, which means that these are publicly available APIs. For example, if you want to forecast the weather, there's a weather API available that is publicly available, right? If you want to, let's say, integrate two different and these are mostly publicly available APIs and publicly accessible APIs where you don't need a separate authorization to do that. As long as there is no login needed, as long as there is no authorization that the other platform needs, and as long as there is no compulsory, for example, maps. Now, maps and language translation, they don't need your personal authorization, right? Those are publicly available APIs at Google, so you can go ahead and include them if your custom GPT revolves around that. Now, API is where if you really wanted to go ahead and interact with another third-party platform, like a social media platform, like an email platform, like an autoresponder, right? So in those cases, you need an API integration where these two platforms can talk to each other. ChatGPT, which is OpenAI, and the other platform that we're talking about, if they need to interact with each other to fetch some information, to exchange some information, I think that's where API key is needed so that they can communicate with each other, exchange pieces of information back and forth. For example, Zapier needs it, right? For example, if you're looking at accessing some fields from your a particular email campaign, you need to integrate both of them. Now, OAuth is not just a platform or a system, it is an entire environment. If you're talking about a CRM system, which also need to interact with a lot of third-party systems, right? It is not just one-to-one platform, but you need to interact with an entire ecosystem of things. That's when you will go ahead and use OAuth. Now, none in this case, because I don't need to interact this with anything, I'll just say none. But if you need to interact with a specific system, you can go ahead and put in the API key here. Or if you want like an OAuth where you can just include, link the entire ecosystem, you would have to do that. Documentation is thoroughly available for everything. And in our process, we will be going ahead and using a lot of uh, uh, use cases and scenarios where we would have to do these things so that you will understand it clearly. Then, disclaimer, I am not a coder. I am not somebody who is into programming, so I don't understand a lot of things. But what I do is I refer the documentation, and these are simple to integrate. So I think we should be able to do that. And I've done it in the past as well, right? So that is about the authentication. So I'm just going to say close and then leave this as it is. And if you want to get, also, if you want to have if you want to take the help of a third party platform, and if you do not want to get into this mess, if you just need to use the third party platform, there are a lot of other platforms that can help you build these custom GPTs without you having to do it. These are no code platforms and they're fantastic, right? All right. So once this is done, I'm just going to go save it. You can save it, and anything that you see, you have customized this GPT for yourself, right? Or even if you upload it, people will not know whatever you have written here. This is all hidden, and this is only accessible to the creator, right? So they're perfectly fine if you want to publish them. So this is for my own purpose. So I'm just going to say only me, and then I'm going to save it. Or if I want to share it with my entire team, I'm just going to share anyone with a link, and I'm going to share the link with them. I'm just going to say only me at the moment. So confirm. Okay, so that's it. My GPT is ready, and let's see what it says. It says, what is the topic of the video? What are your root keyword? I mean, what is your root keyword, right? If I am going to say AI based personalization steps, if this is my topic of the video, right, it's going to ask me the root keyword. My root keyword is AI based personalization, right? That's about it. Title and content for all. This is all it needs, right? It'll go ahead and simply give you 5. This is fantastic. Right? Description is already almost done. I should have defined the two things which I should have done better is I should have defined the description length, about how many words I need for it. I could also have added my subscribe to this channel, my newsletter, my website, all those details to be embedded to each description. So that's a painful thing to do, if you know what I mean. So I think that can be one of the things that I could have done, but since we're running short of time, I didn't do that. Okay, so it's given me 5 headlines, 3 descriptions, tags separated by commas, not using hashtag symbols, LinkedIn hook, LinkedIn description. This is brilliant. Okay, image prompts for DALI. It's given Instagram. Okay, maybe I should have clearly said generate an image for me, which I did not. I can go ahead and do it if I want. It's giving me captions for Instagram. It's also giving me 30 hashtags for each of the captions, I believe. Wow. This is like what, minutes, not even a minute, guys. And this can save a lot of time. And ever since I started doing this, my life has become much better. My content has become much better because now I can start thinking and getting more creative than running around typing these things, right? Okay, it's already generating the image for Instagram. It is not doing it for the thumbnail and LinkedIn post. So maybe I need to go ahead and tweak it. We asked for 3 images, right? So this is one for Instagram posts. We asked it for 3 images from 3 different angles. So it's going to give you 3 different posts from 3 different angles. So let's see what the other angles are. Okay, that's another angle. Okay, not bad at all. You can also describe these images, right? You can say ultra HD, ultra realistic, include colors, include some text if you want, include some, describe the images better. You can do that as well. Okay, it's also describing those images for you. I'm curious to see if it will pick up my intention and create a thumbnail automatically? No, it is not, right? So if I need to do that, I need to specifically ask it to go ahead and create a thumbnail for me. And if you want to edit your GPT, you can go ahead and edit it here. You can edit your GPT, right? If you want to export this chat somewhere, you can do this. You can also set up an automation to get this exported automatically, right? Okay. How about this? Every time this happens, if I want it to be exported to a doc or something, I can go ahead and do that. I'll show that in the next video. Now you can go ahead and edit your GPT whenever you want. Okay. Now this is where it is, and you can clearly say that you can go ahead and create a thumbnail. Okay. Generate a thumbnail in a ultra realistic, witty, related to the description in a 16 by 9 format. Okay, that should be possible. Let's try it quickly and see if that's, you can save it. I'm just going to confirm it. I'm just going to quickly test it. What should be the topic? The topic is, let's keep it simple. One liner. Okay. Let's do the same thing, AI-based personalization. I'm testing it. Okay, let me move myself around. What is the root keyword? Same thing, right? Okay. Headlines. It's going to give you 3 descriptions. Okay, I forgot again. I should have clearly told, probably give me a description which is 600 words, 700 words, 1000 words, include hashtags in the description related to the focus keyword. I could have done all those things, which I did not. But this is for demonstration. What the hell? You can go ahead and do it yourself. If you have any specific customizations that you need, you feel free to do that. That's your description 2. This is your description 3. I'm curious to see how the thumbnail is generated, and then we can close it. Tags, still not giving you the thumbnail. Nope. Something is wrong. You need to go ahead and fix that. But I think it should be done. It should be easily be able to do it. All right. So that's about it. Thank you so much. And if you want to access your GPT, as soon as you get into your Chat GPT screen, it will be under Explore GPTs. And there's a little tab here which says My GPTs. That's when you can go ahead and access it. I think that's it for now. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Until then, my name is Casey.